you all for this wonderful session on the OHG orientation session on OHG training, a certification course conducted by Railway Academy. Railway Academy is known for the timing. We are punctual not only in commencing the programs, the webinars, the training sessions, and also in completing it within the stipulated time. We are bound to committed to this punctuality, as most of you are contributing your time, valuable time on Sundays, and forgoing your family comforts. Thank you very much for joining today's session by Mr. Bidkar, Mohan Bidkar. Before starting the session, let me just brief about the Railway Academy. The Railway Academy commenced way back in 2016. We started with conducting first the PG diploma, postgraduate diploma courses in railway signaling and telecommunication. I request all to kindly put off your videos so that the communication is seamless. As you put on the videos, there will be delay in the communication. Maybe you will not be able to listen properly, or you will not be able to view the presentation correctly. So I request all of you to kindly put off your videos and listen to the presentation. Coming back to the different activities of the Railway Academy, we are having collaboration with the Raith Bahara University of Chandigarh and Ramaya University of Bengaluru to conduct the PG diploma, postgraduate diploma of 11 months training on railway signaling and telecommunications topics. Our students have been placed in different companies like Thales, Tech Mahindra, GG Tronics, Ansaldo, Alstom, Railtel, Cyient, Siemens, Texmaco, and some more companies are coming forward to go ahead with the recruitment of the people, those who have completed the PG diploma with us. We are proud to announce it. Apart from conducting the PG diploma, we are also conducting various training sessions. However, the question comes here, we did conduct a orientation course in OHG. Why today's session again? The question comes. So kindly put up your videos so that the presentations will be seamless. I request all the participants to kindly put up the videos, please. As far as possible, please put up the videos. So the question comes here, why we are again conducting this session of the OHG orientation course, which was conducted about 2 weeks back. There is a very valid reason for this. Number one, there were more queries, more requests to add few latest informations and some few topics also, some more topics. We thought to admit and those topics were really valid. We thought, yes, we missed it from the normal curriculum and we added those topics. Meantime, Mr. Prakasham, sir, he was rather busy with some other activities. He is involved with some testing activities. Because of his age, he is not able to take so much of load after testing, conducting the classes. So he requested to kindly excuse him. We are thankful to Mr. Mohan Bidkar, who came forward to conduct these classes. I really appreciate his willingness and his cooperation, the support he has extended to Railway Academy to conduct the today's session. And he will be conducting the certification course on OHG overhead equipment, the railway electrification, covering the course. I'll be giving you the detail about that. So we will be introducing today's session, Mr. Mohan Bidkar, the master trainer, and we will be also seeing the overview on OHG and its application. We'll be ending the session with questions and answers. I request all the participants once again to kindly put off your videos and please reserve your questions at the end of the session so that whatever questions you may be having in the mind are being covered in the normal presentation by Mr. Mohan sir. Still, if you have any questions, you are welcome to ask. You are welcome to interact with Mr. Mohan sir at the end of the session. Probably during his presentation of about 70 to 80 minutes, he may not interact with you, seeing the questions in the chat box. You can put the questions in the chat box, but it will be answered at the end of the session. Today's session is divided into two parts. First part about 1 hour, we'll give a break, a short break about 5 minutes, maybe about 7:55 or 8 o'clock. After 5 minutes break again, we'll be starting today. We are updating today's course to 60 hours. We did this to make it more relevant and enrich with the more knowledge. The earlier course was 40 hours with 12 topics and 20 online sessions. It is now updated to 60 hours of 18 topics and 29 online sessions. One session of last 2 hours is online assessment. A very interesting topic at the end of the session, an online session and an online assessment which need to be attended by everybody. We have kept the passing marks to 60%. The moment you score multiple choice questions online, attempting it and score minimum 60%, you will get certificates automatically. Or the Railway Academy will be pleased to send all the certificates to all the participants. I'll be just briefing what are the different topics which we are covering here. However, Mr. Mohan sir also will be covering these topics. As I said, it's about 18 topics. The 25 kV single phase overhead equipment. We are covering the OHT foundations, OHT mast, what are the various masts, where they need to be used. What do you mean by cantilever assembly? What are the parts in the cantilever assembly? How to assemble them? What is the need of auto tensioning device? What is the special care to be taken on turnouts and crossovers? How do you consider the overlap section insulators and neutral sections? What are the relevance of this overlap insulation sectors, section insulators and neutral sections? How do you conduct the checking with using the tower wagons, foot patrolling and locomotive cab inspection? Earthing carries a very important role in railway electrification. So we will be studying about earthing and bonding, various jumpers and conductors. We do have OHG sessions and general power supply arrangement. Then the miscellaneous topics. We will be having the substations and description of equipments. SCADA, which is a remote control system. A safety system and electrical clearance power line crossings. Survey for OHG erection. EIG CRS sanctions and charging the OHG at the end. Totaling to 58 hours of theory and 2 hours of online assessment. I again request all the participants to kindly put off your videos so that you will have a clear communication, a clear, seamless communication. Kindly put off your videos. Videos are not necessary. Please cooperate, extend your cooperation to us by putting off your videos. Who can attend this training? Electrical graduates, diploma holders with electrical engineering, people with or without experience, and working professionals. These people can definitely attend these trainings. Yeah, somebody is cooperating with me how to put up the videos. Very good. Thanks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the participant's role here. How beautiful is the role of a participant, especially in the COVID situation. The presenter is having his own etiquettes and the and the participants are having their own etiquettes. I really appreciate the people here who are having a very good etiquettes to follow the online sessions. Thank you very much for joining with us. And the training outcome will be you will have a very good knowledge and sound knowledge on railway electrification. You will have the good knowledge on installation, designing of OEG systems. Duration is 60 hours, 20 hours of 2 hours online session. It is made as 29 hours, in fact, 2 hours and one session of online session at the end. The class timings as now proposed between 7 to 9 in the evening on Saturdays and Sundays as per the Indian Standard Time. And class recordings will be available. We will be sending the class recordings to all the participants. As I said, sir, the doubts in your mind will be covered in the coming sessions. Please do have patience to listen to all the presentation. Whatever doubts you are having, they are covered. Still, if they are not covered, definitely. If they are still not covered, you can put in the chat box. Your question now I am answering. It is coming starting from 3rd September. And it is on every Saturday and Sunday between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now I will hand over our session to Mr. Mohan Bidkar, the master trainer. Let us welcome him with a great applause to this session. I again request everybody to kindly put off your videos and allow the master trainer to present. Questions can be asked at the end. All of you can ask the questions at the end, which will be definitely attended to.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Parvatikar.
Yeah. Thank you. But kindly,
yeah, okay, thank you.
I'll be
yes. Yeah. Okay. Please. Okay. Now I will stop my video. Okay, and I will start with my presentation, my introduction.
You can share your PPT, sir, plus.
Okay.
I have stopped my sharing. You can start it.
Yeah. Now I am able to see. Okay. Is it visible, sir?
No, not yet.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. Good evening, friends. Thank you, Mr. Parvatikar. I am Mohan Bidkar. I have completed my diploma in electrical engineering from Government Polytechnic, of course from Maharashtra. Then I have completed my graduation in electronics and power engineering. This is a degree available in Nagpur University only, is equivalent to electrical. Just some more optional subjects from electronics. Then after completion of my graduation, I joined Jalgaon Jain Group of Jalgaon from 1986 to 1988. Here I was in charge of operation and maintenance of 33/11 kV and 11/440 volt substation. Also looking after DG sets, AMF panels, DC motors, thyristor control drives, temperature controllers, electronic and PLC controllers. Also, I have designed 33/11 kV substation at this Jain Group. Then after 1988, I joined railway, and from depot in charge distribution system in Bhusawal region. Of course, Bhusawal region is in Central Railway. Then from 1997 to 2011, I was technical assistant to divisional in charge, who is known as senior divisional electrical engineer. After that, I have posted as officer at traction machine workshop from 2012 to 2013. At Nasik is in traction machine workshop. I was looking after all the activities in the workshop, and I'm proud to say that I received Member Railway Board's award for starting a new section in this traction machine workshop, which is of assembly of three-phase traction motors. I have played a major role in that assembly work. Thereafter, I was transferred to Manmad from 2013 to 2016, and I was in charge of OEG. Joining at Manmad, 3 substations, 132 25 kV traction substations, carried out so many OEG yard remodeling work, because the section which in Igatpuri Manmad was electrified in way back in 1968. So OEG was of old design, and due to operational constraints, yard modification was needed, and that massive work with traffic, we have completed it successfully. And from December 2016, I resigned from railway service, and from 2017, I am working as a guest lecturer in IREN. You may be knowing IREN, full form is Indian Electrical Institute of Electrical Engineers. This institute imparts training to the UPSC pass probationers, departmental officers, electrical officers, and also they have started training center for TRD supervisors also in Nasik. So I am guest lecturer from 2017 and continuously teaching OEG there. Okay. Now I have got a vast experience in teaching in IREN, departmental electrical TRD and non-TRD officers. DFCC means dedicated freight corridor. There are two parts, east corridor and west corridor. Both officers and supervisors, they are coming for training in IREN. I have also experience in training of metro officers and supervisors. RVNL officers and supervisors, PGCIL rights officers, they have also involved in, TRD work, railway electrification works. So they needed initial training, and I am a proud person to say that I have imparted training to PGCIL and right officers. Also, I am imparting training to the regular TRD supervisors. Okay. Now, we will start with just a brief introduction of railway electrification. The first known electric locomotive was built in 1837, C 1837 in Scotland, and was powered by batteries, no overhead system. Also, a similar locomotive, but with bigger size, was built in 1841. This was a 7-ton vehicle, but was not of use because battery lasting problem was there. That battery system was involved, having commutator motors. You may be knowing commutators, DC motors. It hauled a load of 6 tons at 6 kilometers for a distance of 2.4 kilometers. The world's first electric tram line was opened in Germany in 1881. It was built by Siemens. Siemens is the leading manufacturer still in railway electrical components, traction motors, etc. The tram run on 180 volts DC. The Halls Electric Railway opened in 1883 in Brighton, England. The railway is still operational, thus making it the oldest operational electric railway in the world. This railway is still operational, and my dear friends, it works on narrow gauge. So just what you may be asking, what is a gauge? There are three different gauges in railways. One is broad gauge, one is meter gauge, and one is narrow gauge. Now we will see what is the actual gauge. The gauge is nothing but a inside distance of rail, two consecutive rails on which a rail vehicle moves. If you see here in the diagram, it is 1676 mm. Nowadays in India, for most of the Indian railway system, we have got 1676 mm broad gauge system. Meter gauge is available, but we are converting that in broad gauge. Narrow gauge is absolute, but no electrification is narrow gauge. Narrow gauge has two gauges. We will not go in that detail. Just the word come narrow gauge, and it is a world's oldest railway. So I explained it. Nothing more than that. Now, an important contribution to the wider adoption of present-day AC traction came from SNCF of France. After World War II, the company conducted trials at 50 Hertz. I have omitted the boring part. Meanwhile, there was so many trials with electric locomotives, electric system, operating system. So finally, SNCF has proved that 50 Hertz system is a standard system, and after its successful trials were adopted the SNCF system. In India also, the electrification started, AC electrification, we have adopted SNCF technique. Okay, this is the background why SNCF is more important for Indian Railway, because we have adopted SNCF of Railways France design. Now, on Indian Railway, electric traction was firstly introduced on 3rd February 1925 between Bombay Vitty to Kurla Harbour. It was of 1500 volts or 1.5 kV DC system. During pre-independence period, it remained confined to 388 route kilometers around Mumbai area, and after post-independent period, it has started electrification all over the India. It is of only 1500 volt DC system. Now, before discussing the DC system, I would like to share that what are the different types of railway electrification used in India. DC overhead system, yes, absolute. Nowadays, I think 2-3 years back, Bombay division has completely converted 1500 volt DC system into 25 kV AC system, and I am proud person that I was also associated with the charging of that system. We have sent staff from this Bhusawal division, and I have contributed a little bit in converting this system. Single phase 25 kV 50 Hz overhead system is nowadays widely adopted all over the India. Then second system is 2 into 25 kV 50 Hz overhead system. This is provided in Jabalpur area just to cater for higher capacity goods trains. We'll see all these things in details in course during our course. I will just give a brief idea about this. High rise OHE 25 kV Western DFC. High rise OHE means in normal OHE we have got 5.8 meters contact wire height. So here contact wire height is more. The main difference is that in single phase OHE only single tire trains work, means only one coach, not two-story coach. In high rise OHE, this OHE is designed to carry double decker type coaches, so that specifically for goods trains, so that maximum goods traffic can be cleared. Eastern DFC. Eastern means Kolkata side, Western means Bombay, Delhi side, Eastern means Kolkata, Delhi side. They have got a separate freight corridor. This freight corridors is of combined, they are using combined OHE. Somewhere they are usually going for 2 into 25 kV, and somewhere they are going for only single phase 25 kV AC. Then metro rail system. Metro rail system, there are also two types: a third rail system type and overhead system type. Overhead system uses 25 kV. Railroad system is a new concept introduced by Railway Board, and we have received some details, very few details, that in Nasik, a railroad metro system will be introduced. This is a road vehicle having rubber tires and electrical supply system, overhead electrical supply system. No rail, no tracks will be used, but it is in proposal stage, not introduced in India yet, but in foreign countries, roll rate system they have introduced. It saves precious fuel, petrol and diesel, thereby saving foreign exchange. Okay. Now we will see single phase 25 kV 50 Hertz system. Just I have presented one photograph. This whole system is called as, from this bottom to top, is called as overhead equipment, which comprises of catenary wire, contact wire, some may say in the metro the messenger wire. This is a cantilever mast supporting structure, of course, with insulators. These two are insulators. A simple system all over the India, and we will be seeing details of this single phase 25 kV 50 Hertz overhead system, which is common base for all the systems which we have seen earlier. Okay. Sorry, friends. Before going to the other types, I would like to share why we have not gone for DC system elsewhere. The DC system efficiency was very less. Efficiency was very less. In short, I am explaining this. The units required to haul a per unit load, suppose 1 metric ton load has to be hauled for 1 kilometer, then the electricity needed, DC electricity needed, was very much on higher side. And of course, cost effective, it was not a cost effective solution. And because it was a Bombay suburban area, local trains were running full. So anyhow, they have managed to run the DC OHE. The substation spacing was very less, 6 to 8 kilometers distance. And as you see, we have seen it was of only 1500 volts. All the electrical engineers will come to know that since we reduce the voltage, the requirement of current will be huge. Huge current means more conductor size, more equipment size, and that was the main problem. heavy system, and that was definitely not the cost effective. And in previous years, when electric traction was introduced, DC electric traction was introduced in India, that time power supply arrangement system was not so advanced as we see in today's case. So that was the main reason for going to the DC overhead system. And since it was a costly affair, Indian Railway has switched over to the 25 kV single phase AC. The term which I have explained you is known as specific energy consumption. The specific energy consumption for 25 kV for goods train is near about 6 units per metric ton, and whereas it was more than 16 to 18 units per metric ton for DC. 3 to 4 times more energy consumption was there. Okay, now we will see the 22 into 25 kV system. Okay, sorry. Before going to that, we will see the main components of 25 kV 50 Hz system. Overhead equipments, yes, I have shown you this complete system. This is known as overhead electrical and is known as OHE. Definitely, the photographs shows only the field area, but we need to supply power also. So one more department is there which ensures power supply to the overhead equipment to this OHE. Now these two alone can work. So we need some controllers, and controllers in OHE or TRD is known as TRD means traction distribution, traction power controller. It is a control room from where, with the help of SCADA, we will be able to monitor the status of OHE as well as PSI. We have got excellent SCADA system. Same thing, remote control and SCADA system. SCADA system is provided in remote control system. What is a SCADA system? It is a supervisory control and data acquisition system known as SCADA. A brief view of OHE. This is a mast. This is a mast. The distance between these two masts is nearly 1.5 kilometer. This is a system which automatically maintains OHE in position. All the lines represent OHE mast. This is a catenary wire or messenger wire, and this is a contact wire. We will see all this, each and every component in details. Just I have shown a photograph. Foundation. These foundations are grouted, erected. This is the OHE mast. This is the insulators. In that figure, this insulator was not clearly visible. And this is a cantilever. Up to this point, OHE is live, and beyond this point, this mast is earthed, solidly connected to the earth. We will also going to see each and every parts, the function, each and every details of this cantilever also. This is the actual photograph of this, these two symbolic represented atto-tensioning devices. This is the actual photograph of that schematic representation. This is known as atto-tensioning device. As name suggests, it automatically provides a constant tension, predetermined, pre-calculated tension in OHE wire, so that the contact wire remains in constant height from rail level. Power supply installation. Why power supply installation is needed? Yes. If you complete the wiring in your house and you want to switch on the light or switch on the laptop, very simple, basic way I am explaining. Don't say that you don't know it. We need a power supply system. We contact ACB, local ACB, and accordingly they give us power supply with their tariff. Okay, same thing is here. Railway gets receives power from various state electricity boards. Nowadays, there are so many options. We will go also in detail in that options. Sorry. Supply. Yes, you may be knowing that ACB transmits power at high voltages, and our railway's requirement is specific 25 kV. So we need to
Sir,
step
kindly
down
go
the.
in presentation mode. Please go in presentation
I am in
mode.
presentation mode.
No.
I am in presentation mode. No.
No, that slide we are not able to see. Probably you need to
Okay.
reshare it. There may be a disconnection in the internet. So you need to stop the sharing and reshare it.
Okay. Thanks,
with the
sir.
presentation scale, with the presentation mode.
Okay. Something, some hitch was there. I had not noticed. Okay. New share. Okay. Sorry, my dear friends. Sorry, it is visible now?
No. Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. Yeah, something I removed that message and that time something gone wrong. Okay.
वो messages आते रहते हैं. Don't worry, I'll control the messages.
Okay. That was disturbing to me.
Yeah.
Just
Don't continue.
okay.
I'll be removing that messages.
Thank you, sir.
Carry on, please.
My dear friends, as I told you that we are receiving power from state electricity boards and so many other sources also. The power transmitted is at higher voltages, and accordingly we have to step down it to the 25 kV. So we need HV side. We called it as a HV side of TSS. TSS is nothing but traction substation. Traction means or traction. It supplies power to the overhead equipment. That's so simple. This is another view of that same TSS. The view which we have seen is of HV side. You may be knowing the HV side equipments, HVCT, HVCB, lightning arrestor, transformer. Okay. This is someone has switch on his mic. Please mute everybody except me, please.
I'll just check up.
Yeah, okay. You. I think that was your mic. Okay.
I will control it. No problem.
Okay. Thanks, sir. Supply arrangements. This is the 25 kV side of. You may be noticing here Karshan substation. Boards are there. As look after this picture. This is a track which we have seen earlier. To feed it power, yes, we need this overhead arrangement. Again, overhead means above this OHE we have provided some arrangement, and we are supplying wire to this OHE through jumpers. Similarly, as in our houses, we have to take power from nearby overhead line, LT line, from a pole, and one hanging wire they supply wire, like that only. Very simple thing, not more than. We will see all the things in detail also. Just overview of traction substation. HVDP means double pole isolator. HV means high voltage side current transformer. Voltage side circuit breaker, LA traction transformer, circuit breakers. This up to this we called it as a HV side, high voltage side, and from this you may be able to notice these two small bushings. These bushings are 25 kV bushings. We color code as per the phases of this. I have not gone in detail for equaling load in SCB system. We will that discuss in our presentations. So this transformer converts 132 kV here to 25 kV, and you will surprise, the one bushing of this transformer is directly connected to the earth. You will never see this in state electricity board. One terminal is directly connected to the earth, and only one terminal which is 25 kV single phase is connected to the overhead system. This is the beauty of this system. This is a photograph of a traction transformer in two different views. Now, this is a photograph of 40 MVA traction transformer with automatic fire detection system. Indian Railway has introduced this automatic fire detection system and fire quenching system for traction transformer. If anything goes wrong in this traction transformer, whole the automatic system takes care and fire is extinguished automatically. Of course, no doubt, we take all due cares to avoid such untoward incidences. We will also going to see what are the precautions, everything, details. This is a general overview of a TSS. TSS is nothing but traction substation. Okay. Some parts from ACB substation are also visible. Please don't confuse with that. Okay. SSP, subsectioning and paralleling post. Since one TSS is capable of feeding to 30 to 40 kilometers of overhead OHE, we need another TSS to feed another area. And as we have taken power from State Electricity Board and incoming phases are two phases system, so definitely the another TSS will be having different phases. To avoid wrong phase coupling, we need some arrangement. That arrangement is provided at sectioning post. Sectioning post is nothing but a post which separates supply of two TSS, two adjacent TSS. Otherwise, what will happen? The wrong phase coupling will be there and we will not be able to run the trains. So this is the arrangement of SP. We are going to see all details also. What is meant by SP, a sectioning post. Now we will move to the 2 into 25 kV overhead system. It's a very simple system. I will like to, or I have got just, I will explain it. 2 into 25 kV system is, it is actually 50 kV system. 2 into 25 is 50 kV. How 50 kV is utilized? See here, this feeder is having minus 25 and this feeder OHE is having plus 25. So minus 25 plus 25, it becomes 50 kV. It is nothing but a 50 kV auto transformer. Concept in short is simple, that since loco is drawing current from 25 kV, but auto transformer is of 50 kV. So the voltage drop in the system will be less and one TSS can feed a longer distance, or other words, uh, same TSS can have more number of trains, vice versa. Schematic diagram is shown here. We will not go in technical details. This is a auto transformer. One leg is connected to negative feeder, one rail is connected to the OHE, and center point is connected to the earth. So this locomotive is experiencing only 25 kV, but current circulation is of 50 kV. So current in this area will have only limited amplitude, and after that it will be a 50 kV system current. So voltage drops will be less, and any other advantage we are gaining will be available to us. So nowadays in dedicated freight corridor, this system is also adopted in somewhere. See the difference between the SP of 25 kV and 2 into 25 kV. Yes, the name says it is a double. We need so many equipments, but advantages are more. So that's why I have given this photograph. Once you understood the working of single phase 25 kV OHE, it is very difficult, very difficult to understand the working of 2 into 25 kV. It is just duplication. High-rise OHE. In very simple way, I have tried to convey the meaning. See this pantograph. The height of OHE is more. Unfortunately, I was not having the photograph of double stack train. This space is sufficient to have a double decker wagon, goods wagon, not passenger trains, double decker goods train, so that more number of material can be hauled in this same. To have a comparison, I have added one photograph of normal pantograph, which is used in single phase 25 kV OHE. See the length and see the length of this pantograph. This is a normal locomotive. If we replace this pantograph with this pantograph, it will be, it can be working single phase 25 kV OHE. There is no more difference. Only thing is that mast height is more. Other things are common. So DFC people, they are also coming to ERIN, and we are teaching them our normal basic OHE. Once they understood the basic OHE, it is very easy to understand the specific requirement of high-rise DFC OHE. Now metro rail is similar. We will discussing only overhead system metro rail, and it's similar. Only they have adopted modern cantilevers and poles. They are using tubular poles. Of course, 25 kV OHE. So basic OHE will be same. Thanks for attention. As Mr. Parvatikar said, I will take 5 minutes break. Like to take a 5 minutes break, and after that we will join again. So, Mr. Parvatikar, please take over.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for beautiful presentation and very attractive
you.
presentation.
Okay.
And people are just waiting to ask you a few questions.
Okay,
We will
I'm
have
ready.
just a short break. Now it is 7:50.
Yes.
We will join at 7:55, and we will have the interactive session. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
I will like to share in that the course contents.
Yeah. Sumit, you can unmute yourself, and you can take the control from Mr.
Okay, I unmuted.
Yeah, fine, good. Sumit, you can take over now. Sir, you can stop sharing.
Just a minute, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. No problem. I'm now sharing my screen. Your screen is already out, and we'll be joining at 7:55. Sumit will be addressing.
Okay.
Before Sumit addressing, we will have the questions. After completion, so do you have provide any campus
sir.
placement?
I will like to share that course content. Na? Let me complete that.
हाँ ओके ठीक है
Then
7:55 ज्वाइन हो जाएंगे.
Yeah. Then after, let Sumit take over, and then we will start the question answer.
Sure. No problem.
Because it is important thing. So let they know from my side. You have explained very well. Okay. Thanks.
Right. Very good, sir. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. As far as completion of the course, campus placements are concerned, we will coordinate for that. We will be telling different companies who are dealing with this type of work, OHG designing or OHG installations. We will tell them this is the course we have conducted and these are the people participated and they have passed the examinations. If you want, you can interview them and you can go for placement. We cannot give you the guarantee of the placement, but definitely we will coordinate to get the placement of after the completion of the training. Can you tell what are the benefits of high-res OHG which is adopted at KDFC? High-res OHG, again, Mr. Mohan sir will be telling. Normally, the coaches, if you see, especially the goods traffic, if I have a container one above the other, the existing OHG system will get entangled. It will not allow the two containers one above the other over the goods train. To cater for a goods train, a freight train with a container on one above the other, we need to raise the OHG line from the rail level. OHG height from the rail level. Recently, there was a video on the Facebook and also on some WhatsApp groups. If I have that video, I will send you that. To allow this double decker, as Mr. Mohan was telling here, the double decker, that is two containers, one above the other, especially for the goods trains, freight trains. So that I can double my load, freight carriage capacity. Instead of carrying 3,000 tons, I can now carry 6,000 tons. So where the railway can earn more money for running the double decker containers. You might have seen double decker coaches, the passenger coaches. There is no much height difference there. They have used the bottom side of the coaches. Hence, there was no need of high-rise catenary system for passenger coaches. But definitely there is a need for goods traffic, which is recently introduced on the Western Railway for a distance of around 79 kilometers. It is now being installed for other systems also. Ayya Srinivasan, koncha video put off cheyandi. Ayya, me video fit off cheyandi better. So please provide a little more explanation on 2x2. Sir, you need to attend the training. Kindly register for that. You will definitely learn on 2x25 kV. Since it is only introductory course, Mr. Mohan will be telling what are the topics he is covering in his 60 hours course. It is only a trailer. The main movie you will see in 60 hours. We'll be just telling here who are the heroes, who are the heroines, who is the script writer, who is the music director, and what are the different songs. You need to see the movie, full movie. So this is only a trailer.
Yeah, I'm a movie director and very briefly, not in detail, I have explained that system and thank you, Mr. Narayan.
Do you want me to stop the sharing, sir? You want to share?
No, if time given is...
No. Because you wanted to share the contents. I have already shared the contents. If you want to say the same contents.
I want to just briefly discuss so that question will not be there. You have explained very well, but only 5 minutes. I will not take.
No problem. You can take half an hour, no problem.
No, I will not go lengthen the system. Yes, from this, yes, thank you. But I will not be able to move this, no? Okay, please help me.
Just let me know when do you want to move to the next slide. I will do the changes.
Okay. I will say just next slide. Okay, shall I start? Every participant is attentive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good evening, my friends again. Mr. Narayan sir has very briefly and very well explained the topics, but to have less doubts, I am explaining it. The first session, we will see the overall working of overhead OHE equipment, how it works, what are the different parts, anti-creep, termination, staggering, etc., etc. There are so many topics. I have listed very few topics because I have to present something. Yes, Mr. Narayan told, I cannot present a whole movie here, but to show in trailer, I have given some few things. The system which I have shown you in that schematic diagram of 25 kV, two ETDs at two ends and so many OHE masts in between. That is a system. We will see that detail in this topic, 25 kV AC overhead equipment, because it is a base for everything. Then we will cover OHE foundations. That's why I have purposely put a foundation photograph. How to choose foundation, various parameters, how to go for this, what is a FBM code. Some may be knowing something about railway, or maybe checking YouTube videos, seeing YouTube videos. So all the foundation details will be covered excellently. OHE mast, different types of OHE mast I will covering. Then the cantilever assembly. Cantilever assembly is nothing but a insulated system which supports the overhead equipment catenary and contact wires, means wires which supply current to the pantograph of overhead locomotive. Pantograph, we have seen two photographs, one for high-rise loco and one for normal. So that colored photograph, last slide, you may be remembering that system is known as pantograph. Pantograph is provided on the locomotive which collects power from overhead system. Last thing I have shown auto-tensioning device which automatically maintains tension in overhead equipment, schematic as well as actual photographs. We will be discussing various types of ATDs, their function and all other their constructional details. Next slide please, sir. Sumit sir, next slide. Okay, thank you. Turnouts crossover. I'm not discussing here turnout crossover. These are the things required to just have a train to come on a passenger platform. Suppose train is running on the main line and you want to board the train, so train has to stop on platform. So these are the parameters which diverts trains from main line, high speed main line means high speed line, to the loop line, which is a slow side line. So simple. How OHE is erected, this turnout crossovers, what are the criteria given by Railway Board, RDSO, we will see that in detail, so that this is a vulnerable part and how to maintain it, we will see that. This is nothing but overlap section, insulator neutral section is nothing but to provide sectioning arrangement, just like we provide fuses, MCBs and other things, joints in our house wiring, that is like that only. We will see that in detail also. What is tower wagon? Tower wagon is nothing but a self-propelled vehicle, since we are maintaining 25 kV AC OHE, and being a human being, we can't work on live line. So a tower wagon, which is not dependent on 25 kV for prime mover, is a use. These are the other methods. As Narayan sir very well explained, earthing and bonding is very important. We will see that also. Very simple and effective manner. Jumpers. Jumpers means nothing but a connector. Suppose if you want to take power supply to your house, so what they will do, they will provide one wire jumper shunt to the their LT system, and that through that shunt jumper, which their overhead supply will be extended to your house through a cable. Various types of jumper conductors we are going to see. Next slide, sir. Thanks. OHE sectioning and general power supply arrangement. We have shown so many photographs, TSS, SSP, SP, others. We will see all this in details. Miscellaneous. I have added miscellaneous word here purposely. Just suppose by chance some topic is missing and you need something other, that we will add in this miscellaneous topics. Substation layout, description of equipment, every detail means we will try to cover each and every details of power supply equipment. SCADA. SCADA in simple way, yes, we will going to see the overall working of SCADA. The most important, safety system, electrical clearances, power line crossing. You may ask me, what is power line crossing? Suppose railway tracks are laid all over the India, then how ACB transmission lines will carry their conductors? The point where State Electricity Board wants to cross our 25 kV or any other railway system, that junction point is known as power line crossings. Certain directives are there. We will see that in short. Next slide, sir. The last thing, survey for OHE, the most awaited question, OHE designing. OHE designing, my dear friends, is a expert job, and expert job definitely will be done by a person who is at least graduate or a railway academy diploma for OHE. So we will see details, and I will give the guidelines so that you will be able to design OHE if you are interested. Main thing is that if you are interested, you can do that. What is EIG? Electrical Inspector to the Government. CRS means Commissioner of Railway Safety. It is an autonomous body which checks our complete OHE as per standards and gives permission for charging. As explained by Mr. Parvatika sir, there will be examination also, online examination, and I hope all the best for you. Now, Sumit, please take over.
Thank you, sir. So, this is for all the next section. Few slides are meant for all the people who have still not registered for a course program. So we are extending our offer for 1 more week for you to take advantage of this opportunity and register for this advanced 60 hours course program. So who should attend this program? Electrical graduates, diploma holders who have done diploma in electrical engineering, working in this domain, working professionals with or without experience. So Mohan sir has designed this entire program keeping in mind the freshers community. So this program where he will be building up concepts from scratch, and you'll be able to understand and qualify for a job interview after this course, for sure. So this is the way he is going to be preparing you. Parallelly, the depth of the course also caters to working professionals who have basic knowledge in OHE. So they will be able to understand the overall gamut of OHE, various concepts related to OHE, and it will be a 360-degree training on OHE concepts by Mohan sir. So after the training, what you can expect is good knowledge, practical knowledge of railway electrification, appreciation of concepts, appreciation of implementation, appreciation of design. And of course, installation and design understanding is what you will develop after 60 hours of this course. Going forward from here, duration of the program, as it's already informed to you, it's 60 hours. So we'll be conducting 20 sessions of 2 hours each. After that, 2 hours of assessment. Then class timings are Saturdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. In case you miss a class recordings will be shared with the students. We'll be uploading it in our LMS and you can have access. Plus, there is a WhatsApp group that we have recently started where you will get all the updates about the course program. And if you have any queries, questions, you can put that in the class as well as in the WhatsApp chat. Moving forward, we'll be starting the classes from next Saturday, which is 3rd of October. There's a typo error here. So just let me correct it right now. So just a moment, guys. Yes. So this is going to be starting from 3rd of October.
Please share screen. Screen is not visible.
Yeah. So 3rd of October, this program will start from next Saturday. The course fee, as it was communicated, we've not made any changes, any increment to the fees right now. So the current offer stays away. So those people who want to register for this course program, they can register at 15,000 plus GST before 30th of September. There is also a group discount offer we have for 3+ registrations in a group where you can get the whole course at 12,000 plus GST per individual registrations. Individual people can share the names of the people in their group and they can pay individually as well. There is a corporate discount offer for 10+ registration where you can avail the offer of 10,000 plus GST per individual registrations. There is one more additional thing we've added this time. So there is a special EMI offer valid till 30th September for people who would like, who do not, who have constraints paying the upfront amount. So you can join this course program and pay in 3 EMIs of 6,500 inclusive of GST. So this is inclusive of GST. This is the only price that you need to pay. And if you want to avail this offer, you can contact me at 9810, this number shown on the screen. And for people, they can email me or contact me on WhatsApp. If there are any international applicants who would like to register for the course program, they can contact me through email or WhatsApp. So now moving forward, sir, do we have some slides that you'd like to take up right now? Mohan, sir?
Sumit, probably he will now go for the queries what people are asked. Right?
Mohan, sir?
Some queries.
Yeah, I will. I was in chat mode. I will like to go for question and answer, sir.
Question and answers. So I think
let
us start with questions and answers. Please type in your questions in the chat, and we can take them up at this moment of time.
Yeah.
So
one second. One question was asked about fire protection system. Mr. Siddharth Mumbaikar has asked. So I will replace. Yes, that system uses some gases. Okay. I think the questions are related to both of you. If any questions, sir, you can please explain HV, LB and HVCB and TS SCADA. Okay. The name I don't know, but someone has asked me HVLB. I don't know. HV, he may be writing. HVCB means high voltage circuit breaker. LVCB means low voltage circuit breaker. In our case, my dear friends, we refer low voltage as a 25 kV side, and the other side of primary side of traction transformer is known as HV side. The HV voltage depends on the type of ACB's supply system. It may vary from 66 kV to 220 kV. Okay. So 220 kV means higher voltage side, primary side of traction transformer will be known as HV side, and 25 kV side is known as LV side in TRD, traction distribution. Okay. I think it is sufficient. Yes. Jahir Abbas Sheikh wanted to know 2 into 25 kV. Okay. I have explained that much in my Taylor, that it utilizes auto transformer having 50 kV voltage and central point is connected to the earth. So the overall current will be corresponding to 50 kV. So the power, if same power locomotive is used in the single phase 25 kV system, the requirement of current will be same, but in excuse me, please, excuse me, please switch all other to mic. I'm not able to answer. Please mute all mics. Mr. Sumit, please mute all mics.
Okay, sir. Just a moment. I'm muting all the mics.
Very much disturbance. I'm not able to hear.
It's done, sir. It's done.
Okay, thanks. Is my voice audible to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you receive my call, please switch on. Then please switch off, because some echo is also generating.
Okay.
So it is just like a auto transformer. 2 into 25 kV system is nothing but a double system. Equipments are more, and as you see, voltage is 50 kV and current is definitely 50% for the same load. That is the main advantage. And as current is less, the IR drop, IR means voltage drop, will be definitely less because current is less. That is the brief explanation in this today's session. If you want to know more details about it, please join our class, because it is an advanced system. Unless and until you know the working of single phase 25 kV, it is very difficult to directly understand the working of 2 into 25 kV system. Okay, Mr. Abbas, I think.
Yes, sir. So there are two questions I'd like to ask you. Ram Kumar has asked, is it required by the loco pilot to lower the pantograph?
When? While the question is
incomplete.
No, still I will answer him. My dear friend, our OEC is designed such a way that loco pilot need not to worry about lowering of pantograph unless and otherwise specifically asked by a TRD person. I will again repeat, pantograph of locomotive will not be lowered in any condition unless and otherwise specifically was asked by a traction distribution authorized person. For this, this is a requirement in case of unusuals. Unusual means in anyhow contact wire is not in a position to provide a smooth pass to the pantograph. Some unusual breakage is there. In that case only we will ask drivers to lower the pantograph. This is the extreme conditions, so don't worry about that. Driver need not to worry about that. Only has to follow the signage boards which he has provided during run. Okay. Only, yes, only he need to switch on his incoming power supply while passing through the SP, whereas in the sectioning post. At that time, he need to only switch off the main switch. It's a very simple language, not more than that. Okay? Yeah, Sumit, another question.
Sir, Rahul Mahajan is asking, will the retractable catenary system will be covered in this course?
Retraceable. Okay, yes. I will give just brief description. It is that Mr. Rahul, na? He may be
Rahul,
knowing
yes.
OHE. Okay, retraceable OHE. Retraceable OHE means a system which allows OHE to take off from the track, so that if you want to load something in a goods wagon, the OHE disturbance will not be there because we have placed our OHE just above the goods wagon. So it is not helpful while loading something from top by a crane. So it needs to be OHE to be shifted to the sideway. That is known as retraceable OHE. Yes, that system, my dear friends, uh, we will be covering each and every details. Only thing is required, you please be attentive to the each and every sentence I spoke during my class. I will cover each and every sentence. I have got a very vast experience in OHE, 30 years experience, and which you will also learn my experience as a bonus. Along with OHE, I will share some tips which will be helpful. Those people who are knowing OHE and those who are fresh, they will simultaneously be benefited with the experience and the tips like this. The person, very good question, retraceable OHE, we will be covering. The only thing is that we should have a healthy communication. So keep concentrating on my seminar lectures and ask a meaningful question. Thanks. Next question.
Sir, now, okay. So,
Someone has asked voltage drop calculations. My dear friends, we will give you just a brief idea, but we will not be going in detail with voltage drop calculation because we have got 60 hours. Initially, this course was designed for 40 hours, and this voltage drop calculation will be needed for only some people. So we will give brief idea, only that.
Sir,
But
Siddharth is asking, are we going to be covering Scott connection in detail?
Scott connection, we will not be discussing because nowadays it is required again introduce Scott connection is again introduced in 2 into 25 kV. But if time permits and we will see the Scott connection. It is very simple, not so difficult, but I will suggest to just have a Scott connection studied in BL Theraja. Scott connection is nothing but a system which maintains equal loading on three-phase HV side also. That's all. So basically our concentration is to understand the basic principles of OHE and not the details of each and every things, because it will not be possible for anybody to cover the system this in 60 hours time. So I am thankful to Railway Academy because initially they were asking me to cover this topic in 40 hours. 40 hours for just for show and advertisement, it will be okay, but it is, I have requested them to extend it to 60 hours. So with kind approval, thanks to Railway Academy, you people will be benefited in same amount of money.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So the whole idea here is, my request to all the participants is that Mohan sir is extensively experienced in OHE, and please utilize this your sessions as an interaction time to download knowledge as well as experience from him. So I understand that the class comprises a heterogeneous group of freshers, people who have some understanding of UHE, as well as people who've got a decent level of understanding in OHE. But Mohan sir's teaching style will Mohan sir's teaching style will cater to all of you, all the segments, and if you require him to take certain topics in detail, we have kept miscellaneous sessions in the course to cover such topics. Am I right, sir?
1 second, I am muted. Yes, Mr. Sumit, very well answered. One more thing I would like to share with the participants in this webinar. My dear friends, I have a huge experience from last 3 years, 4 years. January 2017, I am teaching to the mixed group of people in one class, some experts and some fresheners. So don't worry, I will take care of fresheners also, and I will take care of experts also. I will not say anything more than that. I have seen very less experts which can answer my queries. So definitely the persons who thinks that they know OHE, they will definitely gain something. Your money will not be wasted. A simple one hint will be enough for your fees. That is a credit I have earned. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for today's session. And I would request you to please enroll in the course program, and we'll be for people who have already joined. I'll be inviting Mohan sir to be part of our WhatsApp group, and he will be sharing a lot of insights there as well. So please join the course program and take advantage of his extensive experience and knowledge. With this, I would like to conclude the session today, and would see you in the class next week starting Saturday. So next Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m., we'll be starting our OHE program, session 1 with Mohan Bidkar sir. And today's session will be available on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, for you to revisit, understand what are we covering, and also encourage other people in your group to join this and avail the group discount. So thank you so much, everybody, for taking out time. It was wonderful interacting with you. So see you on Saturday with our first session. So I would also take the opportunity to thank Mohan sir for taking out his precious time to be part of this session. And we look forward to a very enriched learning experience with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Have a great evening ahead.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I will have a talk with you on phone, Mr. Parwadikar.
Yeah, please.
I am leaving now.
Hey, please. Right, Sumit. Bye-bye.